Hi guys, today's video is a highly requested tutorial on Ariana Grande's hairstyles. I've chosen to show you the quickest and easiest techniques to achieve these looks. Most of them can be actually done in under 5 minutes, especially if your hair is naturally thick. You may have already noticed that it's not only Ariana who wears this kind of hairstyles, they're really trending over all social media right now. So if you like them and if you're wondering how to recreate them, this video is just for you. The hairstyles that I'll be doing are suitable also for medium-length hair, but they're optimal for thick hair. My hair is sort of alright near the roots, but the ends, they're really thin. So mainly for thickness and not that much for the length, I'll be attaching my Glam Time hair extensions. I'm using a set of my thickest extensions, a set of 220 gram. That's what they look like attached. Today I didn't even curl them, so the entire procedure took me like 2 minutes or something. And for the first hairstyle, I'm going to reserve the wefts with 2 clips for the following step. All the other wefts are attached at the back as usual. I'm going to section my hair right in the middle. Usually I do it with my nails, but here I show you the proper way of doing it. I section a thin strand of hair right next to the parting and the hair that lies right above my ear. I basically try to section as little hair as possible and attach it with a tiny clear elastic band. The goal is to leave as much hair as possible down. That's going to allow me to preserve the volume and hide the partings. Next, I grab the first weft with 2 clips and I attach it simply around the base of this tiny thin ponytail. Just like this. This gives me a kind of strange looking ponytail, which is relatively thick. Now I'm going to simply twist it and wrap it around the base of my bun. And as I'm forming this bun, I hold my hair with one hand on top so that it preserves its shape. And as I twist it, I secure it in place with bobby pins. It allows me to achieve the optimal shape. I secure the end with another bobby pin, and that's what it gives. I create a symmetric bun on the other side, and that's the result. It's one of the trendiest hairstyles of the moment, and something is telling me that it's very likely to become my go-to hairstyle this spring and summer. When I was researching Ariana's hairstyles online, I noticed that she had 2 variations of this kind of a hairstyle. The first one was with 2 twisted buns, and the second one with 2 braided buns. And now I'm going to show you the second version. At first you want to create a regular 3-strand braid, and then just like before, wrap it around the base. Don't forget to hold it in place while doing that, and secure in place as you go. Here's the version with 2 braided buns. So which bun do you prefer, twisted or braided? The following hairstyle is going to be a simplified version of Ariana's signature half ponytail. In one of my previous videos, I have shown you how to recreate her original hairstyle. You can always check it out following the link in the description box. While here, I won't be integrating any extensions into my top layers. I just try to section as little hair as possible for my half ponytail, secure it with a small elastic band, and smooth out the surface using some hairspray. That's the result, and I'm going to use it as a preparation for the following hairstyle. A cute messy half bun. You could do it using the twisting and braiding techniques that I've shown you just a moment ago, but now I'd like to show you a different technique. Before wrapping this strand around its base, you want to twist the strand itself really tightly, till you notice that it starts curling up and forming some interesting shapes. That's when you want to bring it closer to the base and arrange it in such a manner that it forms a round shape. By the way, in this tutorial I tried to recreate Ariana's hairstyles exactly, as good as I could at least. But if you want, I could also show you similar looks on thinner hair without extensions. Of course, they won't be identical because I'll need to cheat to create some volume. I've used some different techniques, but if that's something you'd be interested in learning, let me know in the comments. I firstly attach my bun in place, and then I delicately tug on it to make it appear messier and softer. Once again, I'm going to smooth out the surface using a teasing brush. In one of my previous videos, I've shown you the technique to create a perfect high ponytail using hair extensions. So if you're a perfectionist, I invite you to check out that video, you'll find the link in the description box. Well, today I'd like to show you another much easier technique. You want to simply grab a weft of your extensions, wrap it around the base of the ponytail, and pin it in place. Today I'll be using just a single weft of my Glam Time hair extensions, but you could actually attach as many wefts as you wish. And now to hide the clips, you want to grab a strand of hair, wrap it around the base, and simply secure it with bobby pins. And that's the result. For the following hairstyle, I won't really need that extra step. I simply attach the extensions and create a tiny fishtail braid. You could also create a regular 3-strand braid, a rope braid, or any braid of your choice. I'm going to stretch it at the sides to make it look softer, messier, and trendier overall, to get this kind of an effect. And now I'm ready to show you one more technique to create a beautiful messy bun, which is also very quick and easy to do. I divide my ponytail in 2 equal sections. I start twisting the first section around itself, and while I'm doing it, I also tug on this twist to give it some interesting texture. Once it's done, I wrap it around the base and secure in place. And by the way, if there are some other celebrity hairstyles that you'd like me to recreate, feel free to post your requests in the comments under this video. I'm planning my tutorials for 2017, and I'd love to have your feedback in this matter. Next, I grab the second section of hair and create an identical twist. But now I'm going to wrap this twist around the bun in the opposite direction. This way it's going to look more intricate and textured. You could totally leave your hair like that, minus the braid, but to get Ariana's signature bun, I'm going to wrap this braid around the bun. And if your hair isn't quite as long as mine, you could also create 2 or 3 shorter braids and then arrange them around the bun. Just make sure to hide the ends under it. So which hairstyle did you prefer? Double buns, half ponytail, half bun, or the last messy bun? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and of course subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I see you in my next video. Bye!